All right, cool. Welcome everyone to THL Duo Series. My name is Typhoon, and tonight I'll be co-casting with my partner Tris.
Hey guys. Yeah, we have Ace and Jack Attack versus the Chronic and who's Chronic partnering with? I don't.
Wait,
Osmonaut. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so Osmonaut slash Darkhawk. So, while we're getting the stream set up, why don't we talk a little bit about the players? Tris, you want to start off?
Yeah, I'll start off with Ace. Ace has recently been helping out with Jack Attack and the New Zealand team, who are
Mhm.
like part of Global Games, and they're doing fairly well. So I think Ace has like a lot of testing and a lot of play testing in this like recent meta. So I'm pretty excited, and I think Jack Attack's a great player. And he's going to help out Ace making decisions, and I think they're both great players. Typhoon, how do you
Right,
feel about
yeah.
the other team, the other duo?
Yeah, well, obviously, I agree with what you said because Ace and Jack Attack, they're two of New Zealand's top players, and I think the other team, I've actually played against. I've played against Darkhawk before. Not sure about the Chronic, but I know that they've both performed pretty well for their seeding in THL before.
Yeah,
I believe Darkhawk actually beat me in the THL World Cup series, so definitely pretty talented player there.
yeah, it's
Um,
definitely not someone to sleep on.
right, right. I think obviously they have their work cut out for them facing two of New Zealand's best players this round.
Yeah, I think any team would have their work cut out for them this round playing against them. So I think anyone would have their work cut out for them. Um,
Let's see.
but I think if they end up playing well and not just making like try to like as long as they don't make too many mistakes, I think they have a chance to be in it. But if they like start making too many mistakes, then I think Ace and Jack will end up running away with it.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with the lineup prep too, because
Yeah,
a lot of these matches are actually almost 50% decided on who brings what deck.
yeah,
Let's
um,
see. Let's see if we can take a look at their classes real quick.
yeah. I'm gonna pull that up real quick.
Uh, do, do, do.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Huh? Okay.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think the mage bring from Ace is gonna end up paying off. Like, I think so. So Ace ended up bringing mage, and Ace was discussing with me, and Ace said like he felt confident about the matchups of the mage into everything that Darkhawk and the Chronic was bringing besides Hunter. So I wonder if you'll end up going the ban Hunter strat. And we would have to assume the mage was Reno mage because I think Reno mage is the most popular mage that in with
Right.
mage classes right now.
There's really only two mages we can expect. One of them's Reno Mage. The other one is Tempo Mage with Flame Waker.
Yeah, I've seen it. Well, I was watching a bit of Global Games and I saw like Cyclone Mage with like tempo
Hmm.
stuff in it. But I don't think it's as we know like Conjure's calling out nerf to 4 mana. And so I don't think it's as strong anymore. But I still think it's a good deck with Flame Waker if you end up drawing them. But drawing Flame Wakers is like a lot of it with that deck.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little bit of a high rolling deck right now.
Yeah, I
Which
agree.
is strange because I know Mage was super popular a few months ago with Conjurer's Calling. I guess the nerfs really hit hard.
Yeah, with them nerfing Pocket Galaxy and nerfing Conjure's Calling, it's like both of their big power plays got nerfed, so that ended up derailing the class a bit. But they still have really good cards like Reno the Reconologist for Highlander Mage, and even just the neutral card Zephyrus has been really strong and it's been proven. Um,
Let's see, Dark Hall.
here. So I messaged them to see if they're starting up soon. Hopefully they
Okay,
are.
cool.
Okay.
Cool. See, so uh, trying to find Darkhawk in here. No, on the list. No, I think he's listed as Darkhawk on the list.
Um,
Rogue. Okay, so we have as you said, Ace and Jack have a mage, paladin, shaman, warrior, and Darkhawk and the Chronic have hunter, priest, rogue, and shaman.
I
So
think
what? Yeah, go
so.
ahead.
I really like the rogue bring from the Chronic and Osmonaut. If it's like
Mm,
the tempo thief rogue we've been seeing with questing adventures and things like that.
mm,
But 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 if it's like more like the aggressive rogue, then it might be like a little bit worse into it. But I honestly like the rogue bring personally. But with Ace bringing warrior, it might be a bit hard to get a win with rogue if Ace decides to queue the warrior into the rogue.
right. From Darkhawk and Chronic side, I'm expecting a lot of aggro here.
Yeah, like it can just be like Highlander Hunter. It could even be like
Hmm.
possibly like Mech Hunter because that's still a deck if you like slim chances to seeing that.
Right.
Um, you can still see things like we said. You can still see things like your normal Shaman, Evolved Shaman, and Tempo Rogue, and what else did they bring? Did they bring Paladin?
Yeah, Ace and Jack brought Paladin, and I know that Jack Attack is a very big fan of Holy Wrath Paladin, so we might be seeing
Yeah,
that coming out.
yeah. I think the Holy Wrath Paladin is probably gonna be what we end up seeing. Also, because
Right.
it has a good matchup into Quest Shaman actually, and it has a good matchup to like most of the Token Shamans if you can draw your Wild Pyromancers and Consecrations.
Yeah,
And
I think a lot of those matchups.
yeah,
Yeah, I think a lot of those matchups are pretty draw dependent.
yeah. And with the new addition of Savarov, it's a lot. It ends up getting a lot more fuel against aggro because you're able to heal for 21 in a turn with
Right.
Shrivala, Savaroth, and then play your other Shrivala from hand. And so I think it's a lot of good tempo swing plays that Holy Wrath can do now, not just relearn their combo to win.
Right. Right. The only thing is, it's a little bit of a hard deck to play.
Yeah, but I think if I had anyone on Holy Wrath, it'd probably be Jack Attack and Ace. I think they both
Right.
can help. But it's also the thing that like they might not want to bring Holy Wrath just in general because they don't feel that like because they just don't want to bring it. They would rather bring secret versions, and that's also another option because secret paladin's really a thing, the
Yeah,
Highlander
they
version.
could be bringing Highlander Pally because especially uh with with Mysterious Challenger rotating back in.
Yeah, it's really strong.
I think that really spiked the power of the deck.
Yeah, but Serious Challenger on 6 is just like one of the top plays you can do like for the mana cost. I think pulling like it's like draw 6,
Hmm.
put 6 mana of things into play, and also get developing a 6/6. It's super duper strong.
Yeah, it's like a better version of uh it's like a better version of Subject 9 because it just
Yeah,
Subject 9 you pull all the secrets from your deck and then you have to play them the following turn. But with Mysterious Challenger it just pulls them out and plays them for you right away.
yeah.
So if you're playing 5 secrets, that's like 11 mana worth of cards for 6.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's like honestly like it's such a big play that I think that's one of the only reasons like Secret Highlander Paladin's even a deck. It's just because Mysterious
Hmm.
Challenger. And you also have to like look at the support cards around it, like the Mysterious Blade, the 2 mana 3/2 weapon. If you're controlling a secret, you get 1/1 attack. So I think that's honestly one of the cards that's been pushing it. Also, it's like Sunreaver Spy. If you're holding a secret, gain 1/1 or +1/+1. So cards like that is honestly just pushing Secret Paladin until you get Spy right now.
Hmm. Yeah, I think without Mysterious Challenge, playing a bunch of other tempo cards early, like a bunch of a few more one drops with Magic Carpet. So kind
Yeah,
of like Zoo, but it was just curving out into a better late game.
yeah, I think, and then you have like Zephyrs get you offer your Bloodlust, your Savage Roars, things like that. So when you get a wide board to close out the game.
Yeah.
Also, so we can't underestimate the strength of Sir Finley. Sir Finley at value has been like pretty prevalent to me over time. Like when you draw it on two, I
Hmm.
think like Gallon said it's a better play than Prince Kelsa on two because that's how good it is. Like it's insane. Like being able to deal two damage in aggro matchups, being able to heal for 4, being able to like summon 2/1/1s like Odd Paladin used to do. It's just super
Hmm.
duper strong in like a board based deck.
Yeah, I've actually found that the most powerful ones are either the ones that deal direct damage, or actually the Warlock one has proven to be really fantastic in some scenarios because
Y-
one of the things the deck really lacks is card draw, and when you can just draw a card every turn with no drawback, that's pretty huge over the course of a whole game.
Yeah, usually the only draw that that Paladin deck usually has is on like Crystology, which is one of the most like busted cards in Hearthstone right now. When mana draw 2 cards, but besides that, they usually don't have a lot of draw unless they're running Octosari, 8 mana, unless they're running Octosari, which is like draw 8
Yeah,
cards and Death Rattle. But like a lot of time, they've been cutting that because they find it too slow and they usually gets removed too easily.
and also they started cutting it because they put in the some of them put in the N'Zoth package, and you don't really want to draw. If you draw 16 of your, then a lot of times you're just in fatigue at that point.
You're in fatigue and you're taking like massive fatigue damage. You have to end the game
Right.
pretty quickly, and that's not what you want to be doing. And like against your control warriors of the world and things like that.
Hmm.
So it looks like Ace and the Chronic are now in the preparing to battle a friend screen. So they should be
Hmm.
entering their match fairly soon. I'm gonna ask them
All
for
right.
bans.
Do we have bands in yet?
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Who's Okay. Just to check in, who's handling the bans? Yeah, but
All
which
right.
one of you is
So
receiving the ban?
so
Okay.
okay. So Ace banned the Hunter and he banned Shaman. So Ace
So
so
Ace.
so so the Chronic will not be playing the Hunter and Ace will not be playing Shaman.
So okay. So Ace will not be playing Shaman. Okay.
So I think now Ace has the Paladin, the Mage, and the Warrior. So with the Warrior, I think really Warrior's in a really good spot right now, and but that the Chronic didn't decide to bring it. So now it looks like the Warrior's like a really good deck to bring into like a bunch of these aggro classes. That looks like Paladin, Hunter,
Right.
and Rogue and
Like
Shaman.
you said he has Priest, Rogue, and Shaman, right?
The Chronic or Ace.
The Chronic.
The Chronic has Hunter, Paladin, Rogue, and Shaman. So it's like all
Hunter
four aggro
Paladin.
classes.
Oh wait, I thought you said he had Priest. Oh yeah.
No, they both have Paladin.
No, it seems like no. I think the Chronic and Darkhawk had Hunter, Priest, Rogue, and Shaman. That's what it says on the list.
It might be on that list. I'm looking at the stream right now. So if that's what it is, then Priest can still be like Common Priest, which is like a slower deck. So
Hmm.
here, let me go look. Can you send me the list, I think?
Yeah. I can send you the link to
Okay.
the thing.
Um,
That's fine.
okay.
All right. Let's see.
All
Check
right. So
in
they're
real quick.
in battle or so they're in game now.
Okay, so first round one, game one. It seems like we have a mage versus rogue.
So I think this is one of the matchups Ace is looking for. So it looks
Mhm.
so most of the time against Rogue, if you're able to get like a big taunt up, and we see the River Croc was from Ace. So the River Croc is like a
That's
big.
interesting.
It's definitely interesting, but it's golden. So I wonder what Ace has in store for playing River Croc. Like, is he running Beast Energy or does he just like a 2 mana 2/3? Who knows? But he drew both of his 2 drops, so that's pretty good for Ace. So I need to spectate the Chronic. Um,
Yeah. I'm not sure why he has River Croc in here. I gotta
I'm
think
not
of probably
The pleasure
probably
is
any other
mine.
2 drop is
couple
better.
cards.
But
Well
maybe
played.
he's running a menagerie build with the curator, or
From
maybe
yeah,
he's
maybe
just teaming. I don't know.
he plays the River Croc on too. This is a good tempo play, but it's going to get backstabbed and traded with his dagger. So now the Chronic is like, this is just big mind games because like if you're playing River Croc, they're just like, what are you like? Jeez. So
I actually missed the mulligan. What did the chronic keep?
I didn't see it either.
Okay. His hand seems pretty decent against this
It
deck.
seems it seems pretty decent, but also at the same time, it just seems very like clunky. Like it doesn't have that much face damage, has like some
Um,
minions, but
right.
but generally, if his top decks are like Waggle Pick, more 3 drops, Henchman Burglar, or things like that, then his hand can look a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But his hand from Ace is looking pretty well.
Ooh,
Sandbinder,
that's a good draw. Having a miscreant.
even Miscreant's always a good draw. So I'm
Right.
surprised. I'm surprised he didn't end up doing like coin miscreant until like Shadow
Okay.
Attack.
Now he discovered a fireball off of that. Now doing a little
Fireball
bit
is
more face damage.
Fireball is such a good card. That's like
Hmm.
something you want, like one of the most ideal cards you can get from Mage.
These players are playing so fast, it's hard to keep up with commentary.
Well, yeah, these are fast players.
Yeah.
Ace might be distracted a bit while playing Pokemon because he just got it today, but it's okay. What the pick of a Chronic from Waggle pick?
Okay, now the Chronic discovers Waggle pick. Chronic and
This,
Darkhawk
yeah,
taking pick.
that's a lot of face damage. So if your Ace is like, do you plop down the Zilliax or oh he's playing Zephyr?
He pops the Zephyrus for weapon removal here.
Acidic Swampoos? Yep,
It has to be the Swampoos here.
has to be Swampoos. He's like Animal Companion to go face, and that's not good enough. Acidic
Uh,
Swampoos, be like this. You deny the
that's
miscreant
taking
value, and you also deny a bigger Van Cleef from
right.
Chronic here.
He could still get a pretty big Van Cleef here.
Yeah, he can go like backstab
He
coin
can get an
miscreant
8/8 Van
Edwin.
Cleef easily.
Yeah, that's pretty
Looks like
easy.
that's what he's gonna go for. I think I might have preferred the Candle Taker just because it's more stats.
So
Oh, that's okay. That's what he's doing.
wait,
Okay,
why is he doing this? Why didn't he go for an Edwin play? An Edwin play
yeah,
looks so good here. Like, what is Ace gonna do into it? Now he gives
I
him
would have
time
liked
to like.
to see an Edwin drop
Now he
down
gives him
here.
time to like Sandbinder into
Right.
stuff. Now, I really did not like that play from the Chronic. I really like trying to get Edwin on board that turn. 'Cause now you just give that
Yeah,
mage time. You don't give him on a clock now.
yeah. And now it just seems like the mages can stabilize you.
Stabilize super hard because he goes wide with lackeys. Then he just plays like Flame Strike or Blizzard.
Alright, it's got a good. Okay. I think it had to be the Eviscerate there.
Yeah,
Because Assassinate is way too slow.
yeah. Like what? Like it has to be Evis. You have to have 14 burst damage in hand with Firebolt, Evis, and you would also have Myris. Like I
Right.
don't. I'm really disagreeing with a lot of the Chronic's plays as Rogue, and like I end up playing a lot of Rogue myself, so I like saying that I know a bit about it, but I'm really disagreeing with a lot of these picks. If I'm
Yeah.
him, you have to choose Prep here. There's no other
Probably you could
consideration.
play like Prep, um, Prep, Stolen Steel, Coin Edwin.
Yeah, but the thing is, he kind of had like like a similar Edwin last turn, and he would force Ace to deal with it last turn. So I don't hate the Edwin this turn either. It just should have came down one turn earlier, I think.
Yeah, because it would have chunked him in the already turn.
Yeah.
Because now Ace has stuff like Blizzard, and I think
So
he could
now,
just freeze it and then set up the clear next turn.
so what Ace could have done, he also could have went like Evocation, CMAT, freeze some things, but this is also a really good play because now he sets up the trade.
Matt.
Yeah, because it's the
Yeah.
elemental, and then you could have like double Ray of Frosted. But I like this play too from Ace.
See, the problem is the Chronic and Darkhawk just don't have enough pressure now. Because
Yeah,
if it
they
came down a turn earlier, then well, he
that would have been
probably would
super
have still
pressure.
Blizzard.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have gotten the Sandbinder on board also. Sandbinder would have been off the board. So I don't know. I disagree. I think they should just try to start emptying their hand now. Play the Burglar, play Nevis. Or they didn't pick the Nevis, never mind. I thought they had Nevis in their hand. Like coin, like Candle Taker probably. So they have to so they picked
Okay.
Spellbinder.
I think the what's it called? The Eureka could have been interesting.
It could have been interesting, I think, with like things like Leroy and things like that. But I don't think it's worth it for them in this situation. So now coin Spellbinder. What do they want to Spellbinder here? The second Ray of Frost is what they're thinking. So
Potentially, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay. Spellbender, I could see that because they don't want it to get. They don't want their Edwin to get Ray of Frosted.
Yeah.
Which definitely makes sense.
But now Ace just goes Evocation. He chests the counter spell with Ray of Frost. Pretty sure he sees that
Right.
as that, and then he does CMAT things now.
Yeah, he just trades in and CM at Divine Shield probably.
Probably. He can also go CMAT Wind Fury, kill the 4/3 and the 12/6. It's also another consideration.
You could, yeah, that's right. Actually, that might be better.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, he just
Things that was such a good turn for Ace, because now
Right.
Ace's average top deck is a lot better than the Chronic's average top deck.
Okay, but they top deck a questing
Questing.
adventure, so.
But they just used a lot of their cheap stuff, like a couple
Yeah.
turns earlier. So I don't think this is gonna do too much. So what's the logic for
Actually-
not getting questing down there in that turn? Because they would have got an extra lackey also.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the questing come down with the lackey, so it's at least going to be a. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be a 5-5.
Now if you're ace, you just play power creation. You're not that threatened about this board. Or you
Or
want to play
just
Zilliax and a
Ziliax
queen
is
out.
fine.
That's also another play. No, you
I
power
mean, he
creations.
could literally play anything at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
Ace is not good.
Arc.
Okay, Arctic Commander. He just goes face here. Or no, you
No, he
want to
doesn't
trade.
go face. He's the mage is the control
Like,
here.
yeah, that's fair. It's also consideration because you want to make him trade, but it's also like 3 damage is like the amount of damage you don't want to take still.
Okay. Oh, he draws his abyss.
Now he has a lot of damage in hand. He has like
Yeah, there's
he
a
has
ton of damage in their hand. You
he
can
has
only
10.
imagine if they had abyss instead of assassinate.
This assassinate seems super
Give me
slow
a
now.
quest.
So he goes for I don't know. I feel like Darkhawk and the Chronicler's doing everything I would have done like a turn later for like
Right,
a
right.
different for like I don't know. I just disagree with it, but that was such a good 2 damage Locky there.
Right.
Definitely one of the better.
Good.
We have
So
many
now he does that.
secrets.
But Ace now can just go like Flame Strike Ping.
Evolve the 1/3.
Alright. Oh,
Right.
Whiz Bang.
Evolve the 1/3.
I don't
Actually,
know.
it's
Honestly.
a. Never mind. It's gonna be a 2-drop. So that's actually.
I like this play from Ace. He just develop on board a bit. So if you're
The
if you're
1/3
Chronic,
comes out as a 3-drop because the mana is the
yeah.
spell's a 3-drop. Okay. Okay. They might still get there because they can
That's a
use a Sash
possibility.
Sword this turn.
If Ace like doesn't top deck like his Nizovs or Cartu Defender sooner than later, then they might just get there.
Right. We
Assuming he
do
can
see
play some
this
cards.
Flame Strike coming down this next turn.
Yeah, the Flame Strike comes down on this next turn.
Hmm.
So if you're them, you never use Evis here. I don't or Fireball. You want those to go face. You
Yeah,
always
this is probably the most useful assassin is
assassinate.
going to
Yeah,
be.
you have to assassinate here. Then you probably launch Fireball because it's the least flexible out of the two of Evis and. I don't know why they're just not launching their spells. They want to Myra's the turn after to try to get more damage like Leroy and Shadow Step and things like that.
Right.
Now you're just like giving
They,
them each time.
they really need to start launching their spell space.
Yeah, I agree. So now I just Flame Strikes Ping.
Yeah, that's pretty forced.
So if Ace can end up like getting a bit more healing in the situation with like the Zilliax, he might still get there. Because now it's like he has to go like Arcane Explosion, Evis, Fireball if he wants to get the face damage in, or he just passes. Like both are really good.
Yeah, I really hope they don't pass the turn because that would be
Yeah, hopefully not.
that just gives Ace because if Ace has the Snip Snap Zilliax
I
come down
wonder.
with a couple of turns, he just stabilizes.
So they empty their hand for this
Right.
Myra's and
Okay.
they launch their spells. Okay.
Okay. Launch the spells.
So if you're Ace, what are you doing this next turn? Are you just putting down Zilliaxes and hope that you can get the Snip Snap Zilliax off?
Probably. Oh, you're probably starting with Book of Specters. You're gonna.
Yeah, probably. So why didn't they Fireball there? Yeah, extra card. They could have done Myra's next turn
Job
and
done.
gotten like the same dot.
It's probably gonna be pretty similar, but if they
Oh.
have any sort of direct damage, they'll probably.
Alright, so negative Viz. Now they have set lethal for next turn and Peg. They do a lot of good damage
this
there.
looks like they have the sap too for the snip sap Zilliax, so this seems like it's gonna be a game one.
Win.
This looks pretty bleak for Ace and Jack right now.
Yeah.
Precision. Perfection.
They could still pull it off. Actually, no.
No, it's just Fireball.
Fireball
Even.
Abyss. They have
Huh.
Abyss, right? Yeah, they have Abyss. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's hope
Hopefully,
they don't.
hopefully they spot it. Like hopefully they don't
I'm
just.
sure they do.
Sure, hopefully I'm sure they will, but
Alright, so
I don't know. Sometimes Hearthstone you
Into-
overcomplicate things.
I wonder.
They're holding up a Vendetta.
I really hope they see the lethal.
I really hope so too. Okay, this is
Uh,
this is interesting. What did they not see it? Oh,
Oh, okay. Well,
wait, they
is
just
it extended DM or did
Oh,
I
is
not
that-
see the lethal?
this is extend. What? Oh, now they got lethal now. What? That was such extended BM. Okay, or was it just extended BM? No. Wait, do they see it now because they got the prep? They can just
Wait,
fireball.
they can't.
Yeah, they can. They can fireball and then prep Evis.
Oh, okay. I thought they didn't have enough mana yet.
Choose soon.
Did they actually not see the lethal?
Do they actually not see the lethal line here, guys? Like, chat. They don't see the lethal line, chat.
I guess they didn't see.
They didn't. That was such an obvious. I mean, like, what are they? Like, I don't want to ask like what is their thought process, but that seemed like a plain misplay.
Yeah, that.
Now Ace just goes snip snap a couple times, and he
Hmm.
just like is fine. He heals up so much. That was that. Okay, I
That
don't want to say
was
it was a throw,
interesting.
but it was kind of a throw.
Did they still wait? They used their staff already, so
Yeah, and now they can't clear this. Like,
yeah, I don't
you
know
could,
what's going
that
on.
that was a throw. That they just threw.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. Not exactly sure what was going on there. That seemed like a pretty cut and dry lethal, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess
Did
for your
did they not think Fireball can go phase? Have they never played Tempo Mage? Or did they just like not see the Fireball in their hand? Like,
yeah,
I'm
maybe it's
so
just the
curious.
nerves got to them and they just weren't
Yeah,
thinking
on
about
stream.
lethal as possible. Okay, well he
Yeah.
goes okay, Plague of Murlocs.
Playing a Merlis might be a comeback mechanism now.
Yeah, okay. Okay, they
But
didn't
they picked that. What, for the Blink Fox? Huh? Okay,
yeah.
but Ace just heals so much now and then Reckonaut. Like,
Right,
I don't
right.
see the line here. I wonder if
Yeah,
they see the lethal now. Like, do they just not? I don't know.
I don't think they have lethal anymore.
No, they don't have lethal anymore. I'm just saying. I wonder if they still solid like with the Fireball Evis now. That's a very That was very interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
So now Ace just plays
Way to
Reno the Reconologist, and he probably just wins the game.
Yeah, seems like it. Hmm. Yeah, Reno clears everything, I'm pretty
Reno,
sure.
yeah, you just Reno here, and then you go face. If
Yeah,
you're
Reno,
Ace, then you win.
and we can play Arcane Peace.
Yeah. So, if you're the Chronic, so you just blatantly didn't see the lethal lines here, and it ended up costing you a game because one turn too late.
Right. That was a
I
little
think.
unfortunate.
Well, I don't think it was unfortunate. They blatantly missed lethal lines. That's not unfortunate. They just
Well, yeah,
couldn't.
it's unfortunate that they didn't see the lethal.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like one of those things where it's like, ah, you were so close. You would put yourself in a winning position, and then you just didn't.
Right, yeah.
It's like when you're going for a dunk and you basically have your hand already in the basket, and then you move your hand to the left and then miss the dunk. Like we're so close. We're so far. Yeah, they're like, oh, fireball you this. That was 10 damage.
Yeah. What happens? Alright, so Ace and Jack are gonna be staying on this mage. What do you think is coming out next?
I think either. Hmm. I don't know honestly. I think they can queue up a lot of things, but if it had to be my guess, it would probably be the shaman, just cause shamans usually what people want to queue after they lose a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
But it also can be other things too, like their other quests, which I don't know. I think they have. I think either one's fine for what they queue.
Yeah, I think so Shaman. Yeah, Shaman should be pretty good. I don't
Yeah.
know how Combo Priest does.
Well, it could also just be res priest, right? Is
Yeah,
another
that's
thing.
true. I don't know if they even have Combo Priest. It just could be
Hmm.
Res.
A lot more times it's a lot more times it's res now.
Yeah, Combo Priest is actually pretty hard to play. So I think even though people, it's a cheap deck. It's not a very expensive deck to build, but it is very hard to pilot correctly. So people have started to play Res Priest. So it seems like we're getting a Shaman from Chronic and Darkhawk, and it looks like this is going to be a quest shaman with
So,
the Stormbringer type deck.
so me and Ace were talking. Where me and Ace were talking about this, we're like, a lot of times if the shaman doesn't draw the nuts, a lot of times they just kind of fall flat on their face and don't know what to do.
You
Which is
talking about quest shaman?
yeah, just people, yeah, quest shaman in general. A lot of
Okay.
times they don't. We have the River Croc come out from Ace. I think that's the reason he won the last game. This River Croc helped a lot getting on board. So I'm pretty excited to see that again from Ace.
I honestly wouldn't be too surprised if the reason he's running that is because he has the curator and it's just because it draws. I think it draws a beast, a murloc, and a mech or something.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I don't think it's actually even that bad. As a meme, it's just fine. 2, 3. Worst case scenario, it trades
I
into
think
something.
I'd much rather have something like a fairy because at least it can't be targeted.
Yeah, you'll probably end up wanting that more, but it's Ace and Jack attack. They have to have something spicy.
Okay, so chronic, we see the Mogu being drawn. and with a couple of evolve cards, it could be a pretty game-altering 8-drop.
Yeah,
Vexing.
but also
Um,
Ace has his Reconologist and his Reno. And
right.
Reno's one like the game swinging cards in the matchup that you want if you're the mage.
I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see Desert Hair, their side because I wanted to see the Desert Hair come out because you know, Mage doesn't really have a way of dealing
Feelings.
with those 1/1s this early.
Yeah, like all the time they just like it's not like they run Blast Wave or something like that anymore where they can coin out on
Right.
4. A lot,
And it's
like
only going to Desert Hair is really only going to get worse if they draw the evolve.
and like lots like this is like what me and Ace were talking about. Like if the Shaman doesn't draw like their Desert Hair evolve on 4, a lot of time it's just like pretty awkward for the Shaman actually. Like their turns get a lot worse when they don't high roll the hair evolve. So now if you're
Well,
Ace,
Quest Shaman's a little different because they have a lot of damage besides the hair evolve.
yeah, that is true. So coin Ziliax coming out for
The
Ace.
Ziliax come out, which I think
Unity.
I would have taken the Arcane Keysmith trying to get a flame one, but he seems fine too.
I think this is just a safer play because you can go 5-drop into 5-drop into part 2 into
That's
CMOT or into like Robin or Rod into Raconologist depending on what he plays. I like this for me.
Now this seems to be the turn where the Mogu comes.
It has to be
Okay,
the turn where
that's
the
a good
Mogu
one.
comes out. 2 minions is like the
can-
most you're ever gonna get from Mage for them to play. So you have to get.
We can go for a yeah, we could just clear the board pretty much.
Mortals are so squishy.
Hit in with the Mogu, trade with the 3/1 and evolve. I don't know, I think I want to use the Lackey roll.
Yeah, yeah. So you gotta.
Okay, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. So if you're Ace now, you want to go for just like the Ron Applebaum and hope he has to trade in the 7/7. So then the following turn you can just go Reconologist and clear up the board.
Alright.
And then from there, it's
They're probably considering what they should do right now, and I think the answer is just sit.
Swiftly.
yeah.
Like nothing gets improved that much by this mutate.
Yeah.
Here you go. Okay, cool.
Ooh, so
Oh,
now if you're Ace, you can just go like 6 Wampu's Frostbolt the 8/4, then this sets up Reno
seems like
perfectly.
he's gonna go for that. Sets up a good Relicologist next turn.
Yeah. So now if
Relicologist, yeah, go ahead.
So now if you're Dark Chronic, you need to like think about it. Like why would they end up frostbolting that if they have if like what are they trying to set up this next turn? And if they're them, you have to like kind of assume that it's Reconologist. So now you want to try to get like as many stats as you can on the board so that Reconologist won't be as effective.
You could think about evolving the 8/4 just to put a lot more stats.
So now he evolves he evolves to 10 drop or the 8 drop.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Oh you like it's not it's like an 8/8. It's like the lowest low roll, the 10 drops.
No, I think the lowest 10 drop is off now.
Oh yeah, Nazal, I forgot that's a 10 drop you can roll now. Oh, this Mogu is able to makes it so you're able to push damage, but
Right.
but he wants to get fuel in his hand, so he doesn't just like run out of gas. Yeah, Evil Caperout's really good, and Evolve Lackey's not bad. Makes more threats.
Yeah. You can get another Mogu.
Yeah. So now if you're Ace, you want to probably get like CM at Wind Fury.
Right, yeah. You probably go for the CM at Wind Fury to clear both the
Barista and the CJ. Yeah.
Wind Fury Rush. You clear both of them. And pretty much Reno, the Relicologist, is gonna clear whatever they put down next turn. If they don't put enough pressure next, could just Power of Creation.
Yeah.
Blazing Invocation. Battle Cry. Earth Shot. Okay. There's actually, I think there's some merit to Earthquake because sometimes Mage builds a board big enough to where that
That makes
matters.
it Mount Giant or Mount Giant Conjur's Calling.
Yeah. Okay. Can he drop? He can't drop. Okay. I would drop a Mogu here. He could Mogu mutate, right?
Mortals are so squishy. Job's done.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Not.
Okay, that's like a below average 8 draw, but it's
Oh, Zephyrus
oh, the Zephyrus draw.
Your wish is my
That's a
suggestion.
card. You might get your brawl.
Brawl or Blizzard?
It's
Oh, not okay, just Brawl. pretty good top deck. I think pretty good is an understatement. Oh, okay.
Okay, that's like a average result. It's like a bit below average, but it's not like that bad.
I mean, how much better is a 1-3 than a 1-1?
And not that much better, but still just like one of those things.
I think for a second I thought the test gray main was gonna survive, which would have been pretty major.
Yeah.
Still
But this
a pretty
shaman still has
dangerous.
so much gas left. Like Bog Slosher with his cable rat and like the lackeys.
And
Like
he has 2 damage lackeys now.
yeah, that's like that's 8 damage burn.
Yeah, that's 8 damage, and also he could just box slosher and play it again. I would just box slosher and play it again. It's just so much damage here.
So now this is probably the Reno turn for me. Because this is like 11, might be 11, 12. Probably still good
I
enough.
think here, yeah, right. I think here's where the 1-3 becomes a bit more relevant because it has more stats, whereas the 1-1 would have just been cleared at this point.
Yeah, but worst case scenario, if you're Ace, you can also just Ray Frost it. So I don't think he's like
You
running over
could
it that
double
much.
Ray and Reno, yeah. I think that's probably. Looks like he's gonna go for that line.
So hopefully the 5/5 gets cleared from A's and not the 1/3. Okay, so the
He's just gonna double Ray it, probably.
just double Ray it.
Yeah. It was almost a guaranteed clear. Actually, in order to guarantee it, I think he
Probably, yeah.
Okay, now he plays the life drinker.
There's a lot of burn coming out from the Chronic. Is it lethal?
No, it's not lethal just yet.
It's one
He
off,
has
right?
another box slosher
Oh,
in
yeah.
hand.
Yeah. But now if you're Ace, you go like you go card 2, Conjur's Calling. And that gives you a bit up, back up a bit more.
That gives you like 3 health. So it's not great, but there's a lot of 6
So 6, 10, 14. So he has 14 damage next turn if he box sloshers this. So that has to be the play. You box slosh Life Drinker, then Hero Power, Life Drinker, Kobolaki
It
twice.
seems like they like holding their damage, so I wouldn't be too surprised. Okay, this is like basically the same thing.
Same thing. You just gotta get extra
Well, he has another Kobold Lackey.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be very unlikely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty unlikely that Ace and survive this.
Yeah, unless they roll like a 6 drop that heals them somehow. Alright, so that's just lethal, and with the weaponized wasps, it's a bit overkill, but yeah. Alright, so because the Chronic.
This time.
Yeah. We can't.
Miss it this time.
Yeah, they didn't miss it this time. So game 2 goes to the Chronic and Osmonaut with Shaman. And I think they just had a really strong start with the Evil Totem early on and things like that.
Yeah, they got a lot of damage to get them there. It seems like they didn't even need it because they discovered a bunch of other damage.
Yeah.
They just threw a bunch of their damage spells.
It's like that game. They just had like a switch in mindset to go face more, unlike the rogue game where they feel like they were trading way too much. So it's like it's kind of interesting to see the switch flipped there.
Yeah, I mean maybe we can just first game nerfs. Sometimes if you're not actively looking for lethal, it can be difficult to.
Yeah.
It's possible to not spot it.
It's very possible.
Right. So we're going to have the Paladin versus the Shaman.
Yep.
And this does look like it's Holy Rock now, which should be very interesting.
Yep. He's obviously just Highlander Paladin with secrets. He's just running Novice Engineer, 2 of them, totally.
And timeout.
Yep. So
this matchup is super interesting. I think it's very 50-50.
I think it's very 50-50, but the times I've played, I think it's Holy Wrath favored actually. Because a lot of times, like the Quest Shaman, if they don't draw enough burn, like the Paladin just gets there with a request.
Okay, so the Chronic and Darkhawk, they kept a Sandstorm Elemental, which tells us that they probably think it's Highlander.
Yeah, I think that's just a bad keep now when they realize it's Holy Wrath. Obviously, they didn't know that because closed deck list, but like once they see this Novice Engineer come down, they're like, oh, why do we keep the Sandstorm? It's not that good anymore.
To clear the Novice, obviously.
Yeah, overload a 1, kill 1/1. You can do it with 2/2.
So actually, here's an interesting line. They can play the Sandstorm Elemental. Basically, what they can do is load up their board with 2 and 3 drops, and then play the Mogu and Evolve.
Yeah, that has to be the play I think they're gonna do.
Yeah, that has to be it.
This next turn from Ace though is gonna be pretty interesting. It's like, do you just go Acolyte or do you go Crystology to guarantee the one? Because like you just drew a lot of one-tack mint things. So I guess you go Crystology here.
Probably Blood Mage is coming down.
I hope you have
Novice,
many
I think. I
good
think I'm gonna say Blood Mage case like Consecration gets to 3 health. Mythic Heart.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. So they can still play Prismatic on curve next turn.
Yeah. And if they end up getting the Shrivala, that's just a huge because like even if they get them low, they can like Shrivala Baleful it back into their deck. Because against Shaman they don't have any armor gain, so you don't need the full 50 damage combo to beat them. You just need the 25 usually.
So this seems to be the longest turn anyone's taken so far, at a whopping 5.5
I hope you
seconds.
like my invention.
5.5 seconds over the average 2 second turn time.
Yeah, like every turn has been done in 3
Lightning
seconds
fast
or
time.
less, pretty much.
So Evan Engineer Acolyte plays a play I actually really like from Ace and Jack Attack.
Right.
Because so I end up liking this play a lot actually.
Yeah, because sometimes Acolyte can be hard to get out of your hand after it's more full.
Yeah, like once you get like 8 or 9 cards in your hand, a lot of times they can just become like very like dense and you don't want to play because you don't want to overdraw things. But at
Right,
this
you don't want to
position, it's
overdraw something that's major. So a
yeah,
lot of times in this matchup, you actually do need
Perplexing.
double Holy Wrath. Actually, I don't think you do anymore because Holy Wrath Paladins started running Sathrovar, and
yeah,
you can just get a ton of value from that. Like you can
yeah.
Sathrovar, so it gets you 3 extra ones each time you play it. So I've seen people play Sathrovar
Squishy.
and then
So
bank your Sathrovar.
so my question here is like, why wouldn't you go like coin or I don't know.
He's probably gonna go Coin Evolve
Coin
here.
evolve, fine.
I probably would have played a few more things before that.
Yeah, can you like on it cheaper? I think. Oh, we
Okay,
got
this is
the
very
lower.
interesting.
This is very interesting though. I don't think it's gonna matter. Oh, he got the Shrivala.
You got Shrivala with Subdue, so I think it's and they probably know that they don't have any other one attack
One.
minions, so they're safe to play the Crystology.
I think that's so unlucky for Ace and Jack drawing all their one attacks and they draw their Crystology in the top 15. Like usually if you
Mm.
draw your Crystology in the top 15, you're guaranteed at least 1 or 2 draws.
All right. Yeah. Well, okay. So they have this dude that they can't play, which I
Yeah.
think it's okay because there's obviously better. There's worse things to mill.
Yeah. If you're the chronic, like it doesn't no, like health doesn't even matter now. It's like Ace. Ace can just like free will you. He gets a bit low. He just Servalas Baleful's it with Crystal McKangor.
Right. Well, the thing is, they can't actually play the Shrivala
Perplexing.
before they because a lot of times they do need what's it called? They do need the double Holy Wrath combo because Quest Shaman can just heal above. They can heal enough when
Well, you
they
know,
can
well,
just Holy Wrath them in the face once.
actually though, but you could. There's also like obviously the OTK, like the one turn OTK when you go like the of an archer choose silver hit. So, but
Oh
you're
right,
an
that's true.
archer, so that's not possible anymore.
But
So
that's not possible.
I think the Chrono's trying to set up this barista next turn, but that shrink ray is a pretty good draw from Ace.
Great.
That's what you like to see.
Probably just kills the spark. It's just gonna waste the board space.
And also prevents it from getting evolved.
All right, so they have a lot of damage again. They need to complete their quest and start shipping damage space.
Yeah.
Is there any merit to playing barista here?
Yes. I don't think you need that much value. I think you need to end up just getting on board and going for more face, and I think that cable
Right.
rod provides you enough damage.
You can only play one thing right now. Unfortunately, it's going to also discard. It's also going to copy a Felguard, which is not what you want.
Yeah, that's probably not what you want. Yeah, it's just gonna be stuck in your hand then, right? Which just kind
Right.
of sucks, but
Double
you have to
combat
take your
Verano extra
chance. You have to
star
take
when
your
I find that
like
nice
merits and your
fancy
L's when it
fancy
happens.
item.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Ace and Jack can actually start passing now, because the Chronic and Darkhawk's board is just full.
No, you want to take 7 again though. You want to consecrate here, I
Right.
think.
Oh,
So I don't think they're not afraid of dying this turn because they know they just like their quest isn't even done yet.
yeah.
So you're
Not
never
sure
afraid
why
of
he
dying.
didn't play the Thalnos first.
I think it's just one of those order things. I think he's playing quickly, and he just like
Right. Yeah.
he didn't think it was relevant, but it is obviously when extra
Could
damage to
be.
the priest. I don't think it will be relevant, but it's just one of those like you should do it first anyways.
Hmm.
So now if you're the Chronic, what do you want to end up doing? You can go like life
I think
chain.
you wanna play like Sandstorm Elemental. You wanna play two things that don't deal. Actually, just one. You definitely want a Sandstorm Elemental here, because it
Hmm.
you don't want to waste your spell that. You don't want to waste your battle cry that's not double.
Yeah.
I'm a song.
Yeah, or Faceless Lack is pretty good. Yeah, and then you can just hero power life drink your hero.
Yeah. You can also just like hero power weaponized wasps, isn't there? Or they used they could have done that too.
Well, yeah, you can wasp next turn.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So now they also get the Lucent Bird back, which is kind of relevant.
they don't get loosened
Oh
back.
wait, it's not. Oh, it only
Yeah,
does there. Oh
yeah, they
yeah,
don't.
they didn't heal
Yeah.
enough. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so they really need a time.
And they can just
It
heal out of
looks
range
like
now with
okay. It
the
looks like they're just gonna do the healing combo.
yeah.
That's what you were saying earlier. Like you could just do the healing combo whenever.
Yeah.
He probably needs to.
Oh, and he runs South Aurora, so that's pretty good. Like, is it like the Shrivala never sticks, but
It doesn't.
then
Yeah.
the next Shrivala is gonna be pretty powerful with this
Right.
Shrivala Salvaroth.
Yeah. When he gets the next Shrivala, it's just gonna Sather bar.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be major.
very major.
Okay. They need to. I think the Wasp needs to come down on the 7-5.
Yeah, I don't think you want to heal him back up to full. I don't think that's what you want to do if you're.
Probably not.
And you'd have to double trade. You'd have to trade at least one of your minions off. It's probably not what you want to do.
Yeah, trade something.
But you also need to kill this Kangor. So you need to like head into it with your 3-2 and then play Sandstorm Elemental. Well, you can't because your board is full.
Yeah, so I think you trade in with the 3-2.
Into
I'm
the
actually not sure.
Actually, that
Is
was
it,
that was so awkward for them. Like,
right.
I think they should have ended up playing Sandstorm first, so that they could have done all the trading first, and then end up playing their
Oh, I don't think Faceless Lackey should have been a play that turn.
Well, they had to. They used the weaponized wasp, right?
That was last turn.
Oh. Huh.
In this turn, they played another Faceless Lackey and split up the board. Looks like they're going to ignore the It could prove,
I don't think that's what you want to do if you're playing
right,
against
yeah.
it. So.
It could prove not very good for them.
So now you can do
Now
this,
they can
and
do
like
that.
you love
they
Pyro
can
heal.
heal their face. Which,
Yeah, that was really good for Ace and Jack Attack.
yeah, it's gonna heal them for 10. Yeah, now they have their timeout.
Which card you want?
Pretty safe now.
Yeah.
Um,
So now the question is, do you start using these Holy Rasps for draw or start trying to get through your deck? Maybe not
You
yet.
might.
Like you can just
Yeah,
like one.
I
You
think-
can just one. Like if you don't draw it this next turn, then you just like 1-7 it, right? And sometimes you get lethal. They're not lethal, but sometimes you get them like 1 health.
I think okay. I think Sandstorm needed to come down that turn.
Yeah, I think you needed to clear this board. Like you didn't do it next turn, you
Right.
got punished for it, and you're not doing it
Like
again.
you have to clear that Kangor now.
Yeah,
Actually, he already used all his heals, so maybe you don't have to clear.
Okay, so if Ace actually doesn't end up drawing this Shrivala next turn, I think he goes for one. I think he uses 1 Holy Wrath for the one.
I think you hammer Wrath for
Yeah, see what you get,
see what you get, and
and then you narrow down your draw options. Yeah, that
I
makes
wouldn't
sense.
mind using 1 Holy Wrath. I'm not sure if because if you're getting like
You already used Baleful, so you
getting,
can't
like,
even do
6
twice.
if you're getting like 6 tigers, that's a lot of resources.
So there's his other flash of light.
So any
So
spell.
he's just gonna go face, and he's gonna flash of light, or he's gonna go this first.
I would flash the light.
Wait, hit. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
he could have Holy Rat, lethal, miss lethal. Nice. He also missed 3 damage, right?
That was a mistake.
Yeah, I think he should have. He probably should have hit the 6-3 there.
Yeah, or hit phase 1 to 2.
You guys are playing way too fast.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna end up being relevant for Ace though, but I think Ace is
Could
still
be.
playing.
But he just plays Shrivala South.
Yeah, like he's never scared of dying, even if he plays
That
phase.
was a mistake.
He's emoting. Or maybe he was trying to bait his opponent into thinking it was a
Perplexing.
mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Chronic and Darkhawk they draw Life Drinker, so they have a little more damage now.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them start filling up the board now because they know that their opponents are one shrink rate and a quality down. And actually,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're aware, but now all the standard lists run only one equality and one shrink rate. So that
Yeah.
means they don't actually, Ace and Jack Attack don't actually have a way of clearing a big board anymore. Which, I'm not sure how aware they are of the meta, but that's, with all this, with Sapphire Bar and all, you know, decks are built a little differently now.
Yeah.
I think we're
So-
gonna probably see Shurvala Sapphire Bar this turn.
Yeah, you're gonna see
Or-
that. Or you just want to see. Or you just gonna see a timeout. It's gonna be like one of the two.
We could, yeah.
I will split your soul
Wait.
apart.
Order lol.
That was a
It's time to test your metal.
Or,
Ace.
I'm really confused.
I think Ace misplayed there a bit.
victory is yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you don't know how cards work, and you're like, oh well. Not okay. Ace is just gonna be extended BM. It's fine. Ace is extended BMing to next game, where he's might win. I don't know.
Not exactly sure what that was.
I think he just didn't know how the card worked. To be honest, I don't think he ever played. I think Ace was just playing too fast, and then Jack's like, oh shit, what are you doing there, everybody?
Yeah. Alright, so now we have Warrior versus Shaman.
I think the Quest Shaman's pretty slightly favored in this matchup.
Yeah, I'd say at least 55%. It's like pretty sure.
Yeah, so if you're the Warrior, you have to win this matchup by getting your N'Zoth down pretty quickly and hoping they can't clear it. Or you just gotta try to
Well, yeah.
outlast everything.
I've won some matchups by discovering Hecklebot and pulling their Shudder.
Well, that's always a win condition, right? Pulling
But that's not, if you're not running it in your deck, then it's not very reliable.
very not reliable.
Alright. Cool. So it looks like the Warrior's gonna be passing for the first few turns.
First couple turns. The Chronic Hair got one part of the wombo combo of the evolve or the hair. So you just
Yeah.
evolve now.
I'm not a huge fan of keeping hair in these matchups just because I feel like it's way too dependent on evolve. I'd rather just keep
Get a good
Evolve.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Like,
I
like,
think
like
really the
standalone.
only thing you want, the only things that you really want early in this deck are Questing Explorer and Evil Totem.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. There's part 2 of the combo.
Oh, that was a bit of a high roll draw, but it's okay. It happens. It hurts them.
Yeah.
So now Ace kind of just needs his like. I don't know how he's gonna survive this. Honestly, it's gonna be kind of hard.
Yeah, because usually when the Quest Shaman, they win by getting enough damage through, and when they make a big board early that the clear, they start shipping a bunch of faces.
Yeah.
Okay, so they hear power, which pretty much tells us that they're playing the hair evolve next turn.
Yeah. Basically, is what we're implying. Wonder if they missed that
Makes
again.
sense. Okay, they have their one of Stormbringer now. Alright, hopefully they hit in first. There we go. Alright.
So like you said, they could roll
Evolve.
down here, and that could ruin things.
Super unlikely though.
Yeah.
Okay, these are pretty good 4 drops.
These are like okay 4 drops. The 3/3 is not good because now I just realized Restless Mummy to end up getting double traded on the 3/3 and the 2/3.
Yeah,
is
he
probably what
probably,
Ace
I think
Doesn't do that.
it looks like he's going to just hero power to set
Oh,
up the brawl next turn.
yeah, so he's gonna like so if the Chronic ends up overextending here, then the Brawl just comes down here and just wins the game. I think for Ace.
I wouldn't say wins the game, but
Well, not wins the game, but it gives him in a
pretty
better
good
spot. Yeah.
I think
Especially
a Slip Slurper Bog Slosher is
Yeah,
yeah.
it gives him a lot of gas.
Or if he really wanted to be cheeky, he could Bog Slosher the speaker. But
Yeah,
I don't think I think that's like way too.
yeah. I don't think that's what you want to be doing, honestly.
That's like very inefficient.
Very inefficient.
I
wonder
it
if
has to be Sludge Slurper Bog Slosher here. I'm pretty sure because next turn that sets up for Weaponized Wasp. But
Yeah.
they're not doing too well on the.
So, what
Okay.
what is he trying to? do here?
Probably.
Oh, so
Okay,
yeah,
he's actually like that.
yeah, actually goes for the wind speaker. Okay,
My problem with that is just
it's
way
so
too
slow. I don't know. It just seems slow to me. I wonder if he plays the
probably-
Slush Slurper here.
I don't think he does.
I don't think he does either.
I think the issue is they're playing like very slow plays in a matchup where tempo matters a lot.
Yeah. Oh, and Ace high rolled the brawl. So now the wind speed doesn't seem that good anymore. It's like does 4 damage. It's not
Yeah,
that
it's
good.
like Wind Speaker does 4 damage. They
Like,
could put a bunch of minions. Okay, actually, if they play the lackey, they can't actually Stormbringer next turn.
so okay, they're not even going for the Stormbringer next turn. I think I disagree with that a bit. I think I would just like went for a wide
Right.
board and say you want to remove it this turn, and then go for Stormbreak. Storm.
Yeah, play the
Yeah.
2 cost right now. I think I just want to see a Sandstorm Elemental and Hero Power maybe. I don't know if
Yeah. I overload him for 2 next turn though. Then you'll be at 4 mana next turn. It's probably not what you want to be at when you were supposed to be at 6. Acolyte Paint's pretty good for him there.
interesting.
It's probably a
I
bit
think
of
I would
a
have liked to see the weaponized wasp being held until Hero Power was done.
yeah, I think I would have too.
I can see why they do that.
So I think if you're Ace, you just want to deny him card draw now and just go like Restless Mummy hit into the 3/3, then hit into the Acolyte, so he only draws 1.
Yeah, that
And then
seems
Hero
like
Power.
it would be the best play. Next turn, he has access to Weapons Project and Harrison.
Yeah, that's what Ace is going to be doing, I'm pretty sure. So I like this play from Ace a lot.
Yeah. Ace and Jack in a bit of a dicey spot here
Yeah, I
because
think.
if they don't get some, well, they have card 2. If they don't draw this off this game, it could be very tough for them.
Or just don't draw a boom in general.
Right.
It's like, oh, I don't know how I feel about playing Life Drinker here either. Like, you're just
Right,
using so much burn until you get your quest done. Like, I think that's when you want to start using your burn.
Yeah, it's just a lot of damage that they're going to do.
Yeah, like, what's gonna be your burst now? Wind Speaker? I don't think that's very reliable. So now if you're
I
Ace
don't
and
think
Jack,
so
you just
either.
play Dynamatic here, and if you Hero Power, feels about your day.
I mean, they could still get a bunch of damage like last game.
Yeah.
Or the game before. Okay, they got a Novice
That
Engineer. That's probably the best draw they could have gotten.
Yeah. I think this Knowledge Engineer might end up just like saving them a bit, but at the same time,
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
They're probably going to go for an Evolve turn. Or
Probably.
I think I want to save the Evolve when Moku drops.
Yeah, I agree. I think you want to use Mogi with Evolve whenever you
I
can.
think you
And
actually
yeah,
just play the Sandstorm Elemental here and just call it.
I don't think they're gonna. I think they're going with something like the Evolve Locky and the Cobalt Locky on the 3/4.
Okay, I can see that. I can see this because they don't want the Zilliax Magnetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, more
wow.
drawing cards.
So now you can also. So you just go like Warpath and then you go with Project Harrison. I like this play from Ace.
Project Harrison is good.
I like this play from Ace. You need to get some cards. You get Dissolve faster. You get your Boom faster on 9.
Right.
I like this play from
That's
Ace.
pretty much all that's going to save him at this point is getting in his off.
So you drew more draw cards and more removable. That's probably what you need in this matchup.
Yeah. Alright, so
If you're the Chronic, what are you doing here? I'll probably just like want to play some stuff. So you guys want to get the awkward cards out of your hand.
3/2/2 here.
Yeah, you want to get like I think I'm gonna go like MCT, Evil Totem, and then yeah, I think that's
And just the Sandstorm Elemental seems good.
yeah. I don't know. The turns are getting pretty bad here for the Chronic and Osmonaut. If you're asking me,
Yeah.
this is not what you want to be doing against Warrior.
I think bouncing back the Wind Speaker was definitely
A misplay.
yeah, that was
I think if
very
they
good.
had I think if they had an extra Slush Slurper, this Evolve would look so much better here, and this Moguch Slush Slurper would look so much better.
Oh yeah. And also
So-
they could, not to mention, they could be getting more damage lackeys.
Yeah, so I think that just bouncing the Wind Speaker, it looked like a good thing because like if something stuck like the 4, but like the 2 ended up sticking, and that did not look pretty good for it.
It's too, it was just too slow. Like, doing 4 drops is so, it's just incredibly...
Especially if they're not Life Drinker and not like Burst, especially like Wind Speaker, it's just not good enough.
So they just
So-
don't have to play anything this turn, which is
I think you just need. I think so. So now you just allow Ace and Jack to develop, to turn head into the O2 and go
All
phase.
right.
Like
They seems like Ace and Jack just got their and their
two good
boom.
cards.
Probably their two best draws in the deck.
Yeah,
So
I think that's cards.
right. Okay. They probably have to go for the sans.
Evolve, or you have to go like play Saki, Cable Rat, some
Right.
Mogu
I
Evolve.
actually want. Yeah, I want to see an evolve. So it looks like we got the spell and the health lackey.
Yeah. So what are you looking for? You're looking for burn. So
Oh, Plague of Murlocs. That's really good.
you have to pick Plague of Murlocs here if you're them.
It has to be Plague of
It
Murloc.
has to be Plague of Murlocs.
It's so good against N'Zoth boards.
Yeah, like if you don't pick Plague of Murlocs, I don't think you're winning this game.
I don't see. I don't really see an argument for besides Plague of Murlocs because the other ones are pretty underwhelming.
Perplexing.
Yeah. Are they picking Frost Shock? That's what
I
they're.
think it should be a snap pick Plague of Murlocs here.
Yeah, especially when you see the Cartoon Defender come out. So you pick Random Toads. That's like the last option I think I would have picked out of those two.
Yeah.
I'm disagreeing with a lot of these picks right now off these cover choices. Like not even from hindsight, but if you see Cartoon Defender come out, you have to assume it's in his off deck.
Okay, it looks like they're gonna start roping, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna get all their actions off. Are they just passing?
I think they're kind of scrambling.
I think they scrambled way too
Not
hard
sure
there.
what to-
So now if you're Ace, you can
This
just like
seemed
get
like a
this
bit of a
Dr. Boom online this turn.
Yeah,
And you're feeling
definitely
pretty.
the Dr. Boom turn.
Play your Town Crier. Pretty good about that. Doesn't draw anything, but good still. I don't know how I felt about. I don't know how I felt about like all the trading. I think he could have done it for us, but I think I don't hate it.
Okay, now they have a barista, but they don't have any damage lackeys past few games.
Not like what are you trying to copy his hand faceless lockies? MTTs, wind speakers, sandstorm elementals.
I guess
I don't-
life drinker. They have a life drinker. Yeah. Oh, they didn't even have life drinker.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, they got Zephyrus. Too
Interesting.
bad.
They have a Zephyrus. They could copy the Zephyrus.
Yeah, they could.
I don't think they have enough space to.
Yeah, I don't think it's the play you want to be doing.
Okay,
We
I
saw-
think this has to be the evolve turn.
It has to
So
be.
probably like Mogu. Yeah, like
Perplexing.
Mogu, Sandstorm Elemental, and evolve. Okay. Oh, okay. They could Mogu. Yeah, okay. I could kind of see why they drew. They had
Swiftly.
Rain of Toads now. If they play Mogu and evolve here, this could be pretty good.
Yeah, you have to go Mogu Evolve here. But the thing is, Ace just goes now like one stuff like one core path, like a wrath, clear the full board. But also it's just like you force on removal. This isn't the best 4-drops, and that's not a good
Oh,
Ace.
they got Hyreek. Oh,
So honestly, Ace doesn't even have to use Plague Wrath here. You can just go Warpath like 2 times and clear most of the board.
man. Oh,
Kills the
Hyreek
04.
is such a bad card.
So Knight is gonna overdraw with Shaman spells. Is that what Ace is gonna do here? It's probably what he's gonna do.
That could be actually, yeah.
I think that's a good play because he can overdraw the Shutter Walk. Like
It's true that he doesn't have the Shudderwalk. And most Shaman spells are not.
that good.
Entirely
Most of them are pretty bad. Like honestly, so I like this play for me. Or does he have 9 cards in hand?
Yeah, he has 10 cards, so
Okay,
he's
so
gonna
he's not
mill something.
Okay, that's pretty.
Right.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
that's
pretty good.
probably
Mill.
one of the best mills. that they've
Yeah.
played. From the Chronic and Darkhawk's
Yeah.
perspective, that was probably the best mill because that card is a River Crocolisk. At this point, it's basically River Croc. Right, and the spells they got were not very good, unfortunately.
Feel the power.
Seems like they're finally playing the Wind Speaker out now.
That just seems super. So yeah, now the Wind Speaker. So how many turns ago did they Wind Speaker? Like with the Bog Foster, like a couple, like 6 turns ago, 5 turns ago.
Probably like 7 turns ago.
Yeah, something like that. And they're just now playing it. So I think that's a clear like showing how slow a Wind Speaker is and how like situational it is and why you shouldn't have picked it there.
And I think it's like players seem to get pretty confused with new discover mechanics because right now we're in a meta where there's a lot of ways of discovering spells and minions that just didn't end up in your deck. It didn't begin in your deck.
I
Yeah.
must ponder.
I think a lot of this, I think it's Meta is a lot more can be kind of more skillful in like the discover aspects and what you should be balancing things.
Mhm.
But it's also like some parts of Meta aren't that skillful either with like Shaman being a deck. But like the decks we have to like make decisions with discover, I think, are some of the more skillful decks right now.
Yeah,
Like I
that
think
makes
that,
sense.
I think like the priest decks when you end up getting like an Elysiana turn and with like warrior on boom stuff, I think those decks end up being like really high skill cap right now.
All right.
So
And
it
then
just
there's
goes hero power
passing,
pass. So I think just
which
jam is off now, right? Like you get like 2 card seats
yeah,
back.
probably.
Or we can go
Well,
snip
the thing
now.
is, if you gem is off, then your opponent can MC attack.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I
like,
actually like this play better because you're setting
I
up
do
a
too.
couple of medium-sized threats.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, and most a lot
Or
of
you could
questions.
just stack everything. I think you just stack everything on top.
No, you go hero power instead. I think that's fine too.
Yeah, because he knows that the shaman does a finite enough damage.
So okay, top deck Shutterwalk. That was the best top deck. That's the top deck that keeps them in. Actually, but it's not even that good. They don't get that much stuff in hand. Oh, so
Yeah.
it's not even that good anymore. You have to start dumping.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a Nazoth warrior have this much health against a quest shaman.
Yeah, usually they're dead, or
Yeah,
they're
usually
like
at this
at
point they're
10.
pretty dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I think Ace and Jack are pretty favored here. Coming from here on
I
out.
think I think it has to be a Shutterwalk from the Chronic and Darkhawk side.
No, they're gonna be trying to be more greedy on it. I think they had, but they just die. No, they can't be more
It
greedy.
has to be. Like there's no other play here.
Perplexing.
No, they're gonna dump some stuff on
Okay,
their hand.
I actually like clearing out the hand better. Yeah, so clear out the hand first. Play like a couple,
Yeah.
like play the Beaker Lightning. Yeah, you can just play Fork Lightning on one now. They made that change a couple months ago. Yeah, and then just play the Shutterwalk so that you're still gonna generate some lackey. Fine.
Yeah, Fork Lightning. Oh, yeah, the Fortnite like change rigging.
Yeah, just
How
play
do you want
the,
mini?
play the one cost.
What? No, you don't play. What do you do? No, play your shuttle. Oh, okay.
All right, that is.
Ace just hits him in the face for like a lot of damage now. He just goes like Zillia, hero power, sets him to 3.
Seems like that was just another scramble.
That was order. That was also another order lull because they play Merlon's first.
Yeah,
That was definitely a scramble turn.
right.
Like,
I think this is not lethal.
It's not lethal.
Close.
It's still like good though. 7 to 3. A lot of hero powers actually kill him now, like the 3 damage hero power. And the sets up
This is
hero
weird because yeah, you're used to seeing.
the other way.
Yeah, you're used to seeing this from the other side. Usually the warrior has this little health. And the shaman
Yeah.
has that. It's just I don't think I've ever seen a warrior have health against a quest shaman before.
So you know something went wrong when you draw Desert Hair Evolve on 4 and you're still like somehow
Your opponent has 60 health.
yeah, like something went wrong.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna go for this one last final piece.
Oh, Mal
Those are
goes.
probably two of the best ones they could have discovered. I don't know why they
Then you go Shutterwalk.
did that because most 8-drops are not better than a 7/7. Alright, it seems like Game 4 is going to be attack attack. So I believe the last match let's see, what do we have?
It's gonna be a warrior versus priest.
Priest, yeah. So depending
So
on what
it's-
priest we have.
So if it's combo priest, I think the warrior wins this pretty handedly. If it's res
Yeah.
priest, then I think warrior still wins it as long as they play it well and run youthful with Elysiana.
Well, the res priest can still they have seance with it. So
Yeah, I think if it's res priest, we're gonna be here for a bit. Typhoon, we should probably kick
it's
back.
gonna be a while.
We should probably kick back, relax a bit. Hopefully it's combo.
It is res priest.
Oh well, time to get my pillows up. Oh
Yeah. Get your pillows. Get some snacks because could be with how these players are playing, it could be done in 15 minutes.
yeah, well, yeah, like Ace could just like beat him down somehow. We'll see how this goes. This should be interesting to say the least. Let me get my pillow ready.
I'm actually very interested in. I'm very curious to see how this turns out. 'Cause
I am too.
Players spend an average of 3.5 seconds every move.
Yeah,
So, if you do the math on it, if the game goes to the turn limit, which I believe is 45 moves, and they spend let's do some quick math.
they spend 5 seconds a turn, and then
Okay, so Okay, so they spent. I think they spent more like 2.5 on turn. Let's just say like 3 to be generous. So three times 40. Oh wait, that's for each turn. So that would be 3 times 80. 240 divided
Huh.
by 60. Okay, so you wanna know how long it's gonna take if you're
How
playing
long?
at the pace with and they get to the turn limit? Take a guess.
How I don't know, fit like 10 minutes.
Approximately 4 minutes.
Playing optimally 5 seconds or 2 seconds a turn.
Yeah, if they're taking 2 seconds of the turn, it'll take about 4 minutes to hit the turn limit.
I played this matchup earlier today with MTG Kid, and this matchup took a while.
Right. It usually does, but at this breakneck pace, I doubt it's gonna take that. Okay, so the Chronic, let's talk a little about what, as much as we can at least. I think, okay, Sandhoof Water Bear is probably coming.
Yeah, I think so.
Next turn, you can start playing Katarina Muerte. And really, okay, I guess they
He
don't
missed
think
one.
their face damage
No,
is relevant.
no, you get it off the 5/5.
Oh, right, you're right. Yeah, so I think in this matchup is the priest, you really want to make medium-sized threats for to deal with.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
yeah, having Katarina with this water bear was pretty good because getting a 6/8 and a 5/5 every turn is pretty annoying for the warrior to deal with.
Yeah. So you know how I won this matchup earlier today?
Sure.
So I got a weaponized Pinata off the Boon Discovered, right? And I got Glinda. So I end up just like doing Glinda, Baleful, my Glinda, and Baleful to the Baleful. So I was able to go infinite. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
That's like doesn't ever happen, but when it does happen, it's pretty great.
Did you get
And I guess
Elysiana? Did you get off
now I just popped out
Elysiana?
Thorson. Because it's both the useful and the Lucian discounted.
Hmm. We have a couple of mass res from Draconic and Darkon's side, so this Snip Snap is pretty threatening here.
Yeah, Thorson needs a death on it, and then it doesn't allow them to mass resurrection.
Yeah, I think using death on it has to be the play here. Next turn they can drop a car
Actually,
and then they turn after they start mass resing twice.
I think they should
Pretty hard to
heal.
deal with.
I think they should heal and then use Forbidden Words instead, because it's less flexible and cost more.
Yeah, because if they heal on Forbidden Words, that gives exactly enough mana.
What must
I think
I do?
that sounds like a better play because Forbidden Words can be pretty hard to get out of your hand.
Yeah.
It's definitely a concern for this matchup. All right. I think they see the line. Oh, there you go.
Job done.
I think they must have heard you, Chris.
Yeah, I think.
Get that nativity.
Yeah. Like they're just like, oh, that's a good play. We should go do that.
Okay, so it looks like just the pass from Ace and Jack here.
Yeah, you don't want to overdraw though, so you can get some cards on your hand.
Yeah, they play Weapons Project, which is interesting. I guess they just want to push some damage, potentially.
Well, you also don't want to draw with it off Harrison, so it's better to get them out early.
Oh, right, yeah. They also have another one.
Yeah.
Why not at that point? It's also interesting to note that they have Acolyte and Weapons Project, because usually you only run one of the Acolyte in the Harrison package.
Yeah. A lot of people have
I
been
guess-
warning.
Yeah, I guess this package is better to cycle against aggro.
Yeah.
And also in matchups like Quest Druid and where
Yeah,
you
it also-
actually do the cycle.
It also helps more in those matches because you get closer to drawing your Hikar if you run it.
Right.
And so you're able to Hikar and ruin combo decks like Holy Wrath and Hikar Druid or Magus Druid.
What must
Yeah,
I
Hikar's
do?
probably good. Probably. Yeah, they need to play Hikar and start mass resing. Putting a ton of pressure. This is actually pretty much the ideal draw for the red face because a lot of times they draw their 5 and 6 on, and it's just not very. I mean,
Okay.
when you're resurrecting a 2-attack minion every turn, it's not exactly powerful.
And it's not exactly what we want to see.
Right. Okay, so they actually run Sylvanas, which a lot of people have been cutting it because
I think it's just too slow now.
yeah, there's not a whole lot of decks that actually there's not a whole lot of decks that Sylvanas really benefits against at the
Yeah.
moment. Maybe in the previous meta with the Cyclone Mage and a bunch of Conjurers, big minions, that would have been good. But
I
right now,
have no time
I
for
don't really see
games.
Sylvanas being very like effective.
Good in this mat. It's like not good in this deck. It's like your average like mid-range deck is probably fine in, but I don't think it's the greatest in.
Right. So it looks like we're gonna
Gonna play-
see probably a Plague of Wrath down here. So after the Plague of Wrath, we're gonna see we're probably gonna see a mass res from the Chronic and Darkhawk side, which is
Yeah,
going
most
to put a
likely.
lot of pressure on them. We see that the Ace and Jack Attack do have Brawl and another Plague of Wrath to deal with it though, so they might be fine.
Yeah, I don't think they have enough pressure to. I don't think they have enough pressure to outlast these AOE's that Ace and Jack Attack have.
Right. I really hope they play the Mass Resurrect because this is time to do that. I really don't see when else they would play it if not now.
What must
Yeah,
I
like
do?
you probably should just play it now.
Just jam the Mass Res.
You get Captain Morete, you're happy. Like a lot of things you're happy with.
So yeah, another thing to note is the warrior, the priest wants to play Car early because the warrior actually draws the deck.
So they can get it again, like they did just.
Oh, they had that's actually really bad for them. They had a
Yeah,
they stole the microbot. I think that's actually another reason why you don't run.
The end is
yeah,
near.
just like steal bad minions that you had in your wrist pool.
Actually, I completely forgot about that.
And you can res another one.
Oh, they
That was
got
like a
another-
double hook car. I almost think that's
like-
not that bad. I almost think that's not that bad for the warrior. Like,
Yeah, I think
because
he just
wait. That's really good for the warrior. You wanna know why? Because the priest still hasn't drawn Elysiana or Seance yet, while the warrior has drawn both of them. So the priest still has to
Oh,
dig for
you're
both
right,
of them, while the
because-
warrior can just chill, and then
right, because you could just, yeah, I guess you could. Ace and Jack can just hold their draw, and also they're at 55 now.
yeah.
Or their opponents are already.
So now Ace and Jack just have to go hunt for boom now, and they're fine. They don't
yeah,
need.
pretty much.
Okay, so they draw
They
blood,
their
which kind of.
first blood. It's a little unfortunate.
All right, so if you're them, you probably just plop down Thors in this turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really need their boom because boom helps you swing this matchup so much.
Once you draw boom, you don't really care about the rest of the cards in your deck, and that's when you're able to Elysiana. Okay, so they draw blood too, so now it's even in
They
blood.
also draw their
And now they draw their
Oh, and
Elysiana.
the Elysiana. So
That was a really good pickup for
This is where
them.
the game is gonna get very interesting.
Well, if they Elysiana this turn, I think Ace just says, okay, I can Ace Elysiana bounce mine, now win with fatigue. And
Well, they're not gonna play Elysiana this.
yeah, you have to wait for
Can't afford
Seance.
to. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's no reason to Elysiana when you have more than half your deck still up.
Yeah, like you're probably gonna take 3 damage on average every 2 turns probably, with how many bloods are in, but I think that's fine.
We could drop the Tharasan here.
Yeah, I think you do,
Actually,
just get tempo plays.
Yeah, I would just drop a Tharasan because
Because you're able to Elysiana Seance for 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, also, it's extremely awkward for the opponent to deal with.
They can deal with Warpath though.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's still like something you force out of your opponent. It's just okay.
It's kind of just like forcing them to have it.
Yeah.
I
But
think
so,
Ace and Jack playing, they don't want to draw cards right now.
yeah.
and Everything.
So what's also interesting is like now the priest turns are kind of weird. Like you play mass resurrection, then what do you do after that for a while? You really don't do anything.
I think Mass Res is still good. If your opponent brawls,
Psychopath's a pretty good pickup.
Right, Psychopomp could be pretty good. We have 3 Hakars dead now, so that's.
The end begins.
Pretty likely actually. Rizzo has more. Oh, that's so good.
Wow. Man,
That's what you like to see if you're a Chronic fan.
it is, yeah.
And then Res
that
having
was probably
another.
the best case scenario for them.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, they're gonna have to brawl this.
So now you tell them the Captain Merte doesn't live off this. And it lived.
Oh, the Katarina survives.
Well, that's not what you like to see if you're an Ace fan.
Yeah,
And drawing another blood.
drawing more bloods now.
Drawing more bloods. Oh, there's N'Zoth.
Oh, he does draw the N'Zoth though, so
N'Zoth can come save the day.
right. I should just.
So what? Also another
There's
thing
so
is
many bloods.
okay. There's their Seance.
Okay, now they have the Elysiana Seance, so.
So the plays should just be like Ace should just drop down his N'Zoth next turn, so he doesn't so he forces him to like remove it, and so his Captain
Right.
shooting die probably. But something to notice: the Chronic doesn't have their Plague Deaths yet, so it's not like they can just remove that and kill all the Death Rattles with it. They have to like
Right.
actually give them healing, which doesn't matter here. Something to notice.
I think you just heal face
What
and
do
pass
the
here.
cards say?
Yeah,
This is like the Katarina is gonna be a ton of pressure.
I agree.
I really don't think anything else. Right.
What is near?
Yeah, just heal. Because if you mass res your opponent brawls, you're sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the right play.
Alright, who's
I've seen who.
It has
No,
to be
they're
in the
drawing.
dock here.
Yeah.
Oh
Ace
no,
drawing a lot
he's
of
drawing
crowd
2
to blood.
bloods a turn.
That's not
That's
good
really
for.
bad.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're an Ace fan.
No tomb can hold me.
Ace still has to dig for his boom too.
I think he's playing the brawl again.
No, he's just gonna.
Oh, he's just doing
Can
that.
hold
Okay.
me.
Nice.
Okay, he
Yeah,
wants to play Acolyte because he probably really wants boom.
Yeah.
Once he draws the boom, it's going to really flip the game. But there's
Yeah.
so many bloods in the deck right now. I don't.
And Chronic and them are just not drawing any of the bloods that are getting
Yeah.
shuffled. Like,
Well, they were drawing them a couple turns ago, but.
yeah. So now they're trying to
Oh,
draw.
they're hitting in. They want them to draw the bloods.
Oh, there's another
Yeah.
blood. Oh, another blood. Oh, there's another blood.
Yeah, it's pretty bleak.
Oh, there's
for
another blood.
Ace and Jack.
Oh, there's another blood.
Oh,
there's
another
still
blood. Wow. Incredible. He's probably just
So-
hit the gun, right? Yeah. it's-
Yeah. So now you have to be like, all right, well, boom, you're not coming anytime soon to help me save the day. You have to like.
Yeah. This looks like it's pretty much game. Looks like the Chronic. I mean, it's still a little too early to say, but it's looking pretty good for the Chronic and Darkhawk.
Yeah, I would agree if I was you.
I guess shuffling 3 bloods, getting 3 Hikaras, 4th Hikar.
this?
I think he's dead already.
Oh, there's
there's
boom.
boom. Okay. Well,
Bit
it's a
too
little
late.
Right, and
Alright.
after a 5-game series, it seems like the Chronic and Darkhawk have taken it 3-2.
All right, so do we want to interview them? Awesome.
So can we get him? Are we gonna be able to get them in?
We can drag him in here. Right.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hello. I'm here.
All right. Yeah, I think we're muted.
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Dark can't
How's
talk,
this?
and it'll just be me.
All right.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so that was
Alright.
a 5-game series, and
So-
there's a lot of stuff that went down in that series. It's
Yeah.
probably the fastest control mirror we've ever seen.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So,
So I have to ask one question. This is my first. So,
I know
okay,
this question. Yeah.
When you had Fireball and Levis. So what was your thought process? Did you guys just not see it?
All right, let's just put it this way. Since Battlegrounds and Pokemon have come out, I haven't played a single game of Hearthstone, and for some reason thought Fireball did 4, not 6. And on top of that, Dark was trying to get his headphone situation figured out, and it was just like a mess of that, and like his background noise, and just all this craziness going on. And like I kicked myself. I was tilted that first game for sure.
So also, okay, so like it's just funny because like we saw you get the prep too, or like oh it's just extended BM, Get
Yep.
like so
Nope.
fireballed for happy biz, and we're like, oh no, he just didn't see it. It was like,
Yep. Nope. That was just me being just
don't
being
worry.
rusty. Yeah.
To
It
be fair,
panned out.
Ace did the exact same thing with the. So how'd you feel when you saw the Savrock come down before the Shivala?
Oh, dude, you know what? I was delighted because like Cheval, like that card was a consideration. I haven't played against a lot of not Highlander, Shrivala Pally, and I forgot that that's a card that they run, and then I saw it and I was like, oh, he must be desperate. But then I saw the Shrivala come down afterwards, and it was just the biggest relief.
Order
Yeah,
wall.
it's kind of like you just realize your opponent messed up. Which Pokemon did you get, by the way? Sword or
Uh,
Shield?
Sword.
Oh, that
So,
there you go.
if you guys need, well,
Air
speaking of,
five.
if you guys want max I or 5 IV Grookey, hit me up. I got a bunch,
Oh, cool.
even with
I might have
Sobbles.
to do that.
Yeah, I'm still looking
So
for Score Bunny.
yeah, okay. So talk to us a little bit about how I guess how you felt throughout the match, because you know there was obviously the game one where you had it in the bag, but didn't quite get the lethal. But then you won the next. I think you won the next two games, right?
Yeah, 1 2 Shaman games.
So yeah, how are you guys? I guess what was going through your minds as you were playing those decks and just getting that win streak going?
It definitely helped me break out of the funk that game one put me into for sure. Like seeing that was nice. And I was just ready. And I knew that if I could force Rest Priest versus Control Warrior, that we would win because this is a matchup I've personally practiced a whole lot. And I was just confident in myself that that would get there if it got there. But those two wins definitely lifted the mood and just cleared my head after that really bad game one blunder. Like that's probably going to end up on somebody's like misplays of the week video or something. Like that was just awful.
Yeah, we thought you were setting up for it. Yeah, we thought you were setting up for lethal with the Myras. But
Yeah.
I guess I was actually just I started looking at the next the classes for the next match because I was like, okay, they have lethal here.
Yeah, but
It
yeah,
happens, man. Like I thought it might be nerves or something or being rusty.
the
Happens
like
to the best of us.
yeah, like I mean the nerves on stream don't really happen, but like with the with the whole like game one situation of me and Darkhawk trying to figure everything out like in between ourselves comm wise, and then just me not knowing the matchup too well. I haven't played a whole lot of Tempo Rogue recently, and just me having played Hearthstone in like a good month. All of that combined just kind of led to that. But no, it worked out in the end, which is good.
So I want to ask, like, I think it was game four when you're playing against the Warrior. So like, there was a certain turn when you had like box washing the wind speaker over like a sludge slurper,
Uh
and
huh.
it just like kind of like showed like how like certain cards can get clunky in your hand and not have much value compared to like other cards. So I just like want to like run through your process of why you chose wind speaker over like some other things.
So sloshing wind speaker there was a very uh, crazy thought process that we had where he didn't have brawl that next turn. And the wind speaker onto like the chill wind yeti, for example,
Yeah.
just to push that. That was the thought process. Granted, it didn't pan out in the late game, but we just kind of prayed for no brawl and was like, well, if he doesn't have brawl, this is a thing. But in hindsight, that was not the play and is never the play.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, we're talking about. Go ahead, Tris.
yeah. I think in some circumstances it's like it makes sense why you would do it, but like I think in general there was just probably like more fuel to be had against the Warrior
Oh,
matchup.
100%, 100%. It
Yeah,
was just
we're
like, should
saying.
we go for this play? Nah, but are we? Let's try it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing because now with the current meta, Evolve and Burgle Rogue, um, there's just so much random stuff that you can get on the board,
Yep.
and it's just like everyone wants to try out. Okay, like how does this interaction work? Maybe I want to try this one. Um, and I'm guessing you've never. That was probably the first time you bounced back a wind speaker.
Yeah, first time and only time probably. Once we saw the brawl, though, we were hoping that the wind speaker could also chain really well with a Stormbringer board. But obviously that didn't pan out either. So
Oh yeah,
don't.
that was a very interesting inclusion too.
Yeah, it was solely for the warrior, pretty much, or even we were expecting Highlander Pally as well, just so that
Mhm.
we know lackeys are a thing that get generated a lot. And there's lots of instances where you'll have 3, 4 1/1s on the board, and just that Stormbringer will push a match over the edge.
Yeah.
So we both decided that that was the play, or that was an inclusion over a second questing. I think we cut.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, also I just like to get a little insight into um what went into lineup prep this week. Like what made you decide on the classes, the archetypes that you brought for this week, or was it
Um,
just decks that you felt comfortable with since it was the first round?
It was obviously decks that we felt comfortable with. We had some strategy there for sure. Personally, I wanted to bring Warrior, um, but Dark suggested we bring Rogue, which would have worked out if I knew how to play, apparently. But because it's favored across the board except Warrior, which is nice. But it was just decks that we're confident with and decks that we know can take a match, at least one. Now we were expecting a shaman ban on their side compared to our hunter ban. So once I saw that hunter ban, I knew he brought control warrior, and that just changed like the queue order a little bit.
Yeah. So I have
Mm.
a question. So going into next week, you're facing Avi and A2 Battleship. So how do you feel going into that match next week?
Well, if I think today was a really good really good showcase for Dark and myself, that if we can put our minds together and see lines, just play solid, don't go for anything too crazy. I think we're confident. Um, Obviously, the other two are very skilled Hearthstoners themselves, so I'm just gonna play a bunch of Hearthstone this week, so I can just get back into the rhythm of things. But I think it'll be another 5 game match. It'll be a really, really good match.
Yeah, if you end up winning there and I end up winning my match, we can see each other round 3 possibly.
Let's go.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, this roster is not getting any easier for you guys.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
I'll have to show you how to I'll have to show you how to play Rogue. Maybe get the
Yeah,
spec. Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, I
Tris
can
is the
always
rogue expert. If you want
spec
to hit
spec
him
a
up
couple.
co-op.
I do follow Jay Alexander on Twitch, but I just haven't watched him ever in the past like month.
Actually,
Uh,
if you want to watch Tempo Rogue, someone who's really good at Tempo Rogue, Pizza is very good for
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
because Jay Alexander plays pretty off meta anti-control rogue most of the
Well,
time.
this is also very true.
So
that's all. Yeah.
yeah,
Alright.
Yeah,
cool. Well, congrats
we
on the win
got.
again, Chronic, and
Thank you.
I best of luck going to next week. Do you have any concluding thoughts before we hop?
Don't sleep on us. Don't disregard our misplays. We're gonna come back a lot stronger next week. The both of us have not played much since Battlegrounds and whatnot. So just don't expect as many misplays. That was a one-off that thankfully panned out. But we're excited for the rest of the tournament.
All right,
Alright.
I'm glad to have you on here today.
Always.
Alright, so I think that concludes things from us. So Typhoon, do you have any closing thoughts? Things you want to mention? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone for tuning in, and stay tuned because we're gonna have a lot more of these matches broadcasted.
Yeah, round 2 coming next week.
Oh, we do have a hero match. Okay.
We do? Okay. Oh, okay. So we have that tonight going on. So
Okay,
yeah,
so yeah, we are getting word that we do have another match tonight at 11 Eastern. So that is in approximately 2 hours. So we'll see you then. And
yeah.
yeah.
All right.